computer, and I'm not trying to get it. I hear all the terrible things about it bloating the computer, and it's just crap. But anyways, I have the 10. Why I have internet on here? I mean YouTube, because I was teaching the other day and I didn't shut this off. Anyways, so with the 28th, yep, I'll keep this one on. I like this one. With the 28th of April, 2025. Group has not come here yet. Bonjour. C'est pour la formation de premiers soins? Oui, ça va être ici. On est peu nombreux. Oui, ok. C'est ça. Est-ce que c'est la première fois que vous prenez le cours?
Non, c'est pour renouveler d'abord.
Ok.
C'est pour
Ok, parfait. Bon, je reviens. All right, so we have one person. So it's not, well, she's from here, obviously. But sometimes we have groups of Cameroonians or people from other, well, it was Cameroon. Yeah, there's a couple eating. Bonjour. Vous êtes ici pour la formation de premiers soins, hein? OK. Prenez votre temps, hein? OK. So they're going to eat. I don't know if they're from here already. Oh, no, just stay here. Because what usually happens is they'll have people and then they'll feed them and all that, and then they come before the class. But there were 3 in the dining room. Yeah, because I think afterwards, once they get certified, they get placed in to work in other parts of the province, not here. Well, sometimes here. I don't know. They're either employees here and they can eat, or they're being trained and they're newly arrived and, you know what I mean? But I'll find out soon. At least I know one person here is from here, because she came right to the class. And it might be a combination. I don't know, because she's not going to eat, so. So what's good is that, well, I forgot what I wanted to say. It's good that I'm used to this place. I gave a class here a couple of months ago, a couple of classes, and then the year before, and so the person who gives me the contract, she doesn't live here, so she gives it by distance. She gives it long distance, and so I know the place, so it's pretty comfortable, and I know people come late and whatever, and it's relaxed. As long as I have the TV connected and I have the Wi-Fi, so that's good. And but I got an email the other day, and I didn't understand it initially, because I'll get emails from one of the associations. Well, I'll tell you, it's Red Cross, because I'm with Red Cross and the Heart and Stroke Foundation, which is Canada. In the US, it's the American Heart Association, but the Canadian version has a licensing agreement from the American Heart Association, so we have to give them books and all that stuff. So that's another issue. But so I got a bonjour, ça va? Oui, oui, ça va, ça va. So I got this email, and it was like for continuing education from the Red Cross. And I'd gotten one for childhood care and all that. And I was like, I just took that class. What's up with that? So then I looked at this one. It was like become an instructor. okay. It was in French. And I'm like, I'm already an instructor. Why am I getting that? And then I decided to look at it again. I'm like, okay, because sometimes the vocabulary in French, what we say in English is not the same meaning in French. Red Cross, you're not an instructor when you teach the public. Like I teach first aid and CPR to the public, certify them, whatever. They call it a monitor, un moniteur. But then in French, they were saying become an instructor, instructeur. And I'm looking, oh, and then I'm seeing dates, and they're like in other parts of Canada, and I'm like, that's weird. I took my class here, but then I'm like, oh, it's the second step. You're ready for the second step, and the prerequisites, you've achieved them. I'm like, wow. An opportunity came up, and I didn't even know it. Whereas with the Heart and Stroke Foundation, I don't get no opportunities. You know, I'm afraid I'm always going to lose my license because they become really strict. They're trying to differentiate, you know? So it's always unstable for me. But I'm working on doing the first responder class. I have to keep an eye on that for July. And then teach what we call, well, it's the Workplace Insurance Government Organization. If you teach that level of class, you need to be a first responder. Then you take the exam, which is only a few times a year, and then you get to work. Then it's another opportunity here. Might pay a little more, whatever, but you have to be with an affiliated place. But the woman who's giving me contracts, not this one, well, she does too, but I think the one recently, when I'm going to the when I went to the nun's place and the hospital, the Douglas Hospital, they're affiliated, so I could then work for her, teach classes for her and other people. But with this one, with the Red Cross, to become an instructor to monitors, to people who... Bonjour, c'est pour la formation de premiers soins? Ok, vous rentrez... Ok, bienvenue. So, like, it would be an instructor to teach people like me to become certified to teach the public. First aid and CPR. And when I first took the course, the teacher had mentioned that when you go to Canada, English Canada, they pay $50 an hour. And I'm like, is this the opportunity? If they make me go somewhere, then I get, more money. But of course, I was thinking about that. I'm like, how am I going to travel to other provinces? It would be bus. I'd have to find really to save economically, you know what I mean? Or negotiate. I don't know how they do it, if they pay for your trip or whatever, but I was like, this has got to be on my plate. I got to get into that, but I'm doing the first responder, but I got to get the courage to ask my new employer what's going on with that and all that, because, I don't know, but I, get this little feeling of hope, that opportunity opening up. I was like, my God damn. It'd be nice to travel a little bit for work. But of course, if I'm going by bus or whatever, or train, I'd lose time, because it's not plane. But plane, it costs too much, and then you have to stay an hour in security, an hour back. It's like it all goes up to the same thing, I think. Anyways, bye.